My name is Reverend Ellen Eliza Masope from Bethel Methodist Church in Takoradi. My sister here has a testimony to share, which will be of blessing to you. I would like you to listen to this part of the testimony. My sister, what happened?
So I came to Takoradi on the 30th. I think it was on a Thursday. Okay. So when I got to Takoradi, my mom informed me that Reverend Note is having a program at church, so she would like for us to go. So I told her, oh, I'm still bleeding. So I had to go and buy transaminase acid. So the bleeding started when I had thyroidectomy years back. So I had hormonal imbalances which interferes with my menstrual cycle. So I had to take a drug that will correct it. And the drug too has a side effect. So the side effect is either you bleed or you have spotting for a week or two. So a past week or two, it got to months, like 7 months, I was still bleeding. It comes to spotting, sometimes during a day, I change my pad frequently. So while I was coming to church, that was my main prayer topic.
So you had issue with bleeding?
Yes, please.
Before coming?
Okay. Yes, please. So when we go to church, the passage pastor used, Reverend used was the woman that bled for 12 years. Okay. So when he brought that, I was like, oh no, then this message is solely mine. So I prayed and I tapped in any testimony that he was sharing. So on the Friday, he told us to bring a bottle of water. So he's going to pray over it. So he gives testimonies concerning the bottle of water he has prayed over for people. And I said, oh, then I'm next to give this testimony. So he anointed everyone. So I was going, then he called. Then he anointed me. So when he came, the oil he placed in my hand, I sat down and I rubbed it beneath my abdomen. I prayed that whatever that is in there that is making me bleed has to stop now. Okay. So when we closed, I went home and I took the bottle of water he prayed over and I said, this is the water I'm going to use to take the medicine I bought. So 2 days after taking the medicine, the bleeding, there was no bleeding, but I told my mom and mom said I should monitor because anytime I take that drug, 2 days after the bleeding, it will say it's days after again, then the bleeding comes again. So my mom said we should monitor first. So I observed there was no bleeding. As I'm speaking, there is no bleeding up to now.
Wow.
The intermittent bleeding, the spotting, whatever bleeding that they said at the hospital has stopped. And the only blood I see is my menstrual cycle. And it has even gone back to the way it used to be before I even had the thyroidectomy. So I realized this is not something I should leave.
So now your menstrual cycle is even okay now?
Yes, that's good. It's
good.
Good. It's very good. So I decided to give this testimony.
Okay. We bless God for this powerful testimony and for His healing grace. She visited our church in one of our programs, that is the end of year revival that we had, and she received her healing. I don't know